Hello and welcome back. So in the previous video we saw that we managed to build this design, the input and other things, the button. Now it's time to come up with this design to make sure that it's all aligned, or we have the same design as that was used here. So we need to have some icons as well as to create borders for our inputs. Again, we need to reduce this text size, they are too big, we can reduce that one as well. And then the next thing we'll need to do, we'll need to design our button with this background color, this beautiful background color. So let's first reduce this input size. So we come to simply select that, and then you come here and input text size, let's give it something like 18. It will be good, that's cool. Then also here let's change to 18, which is also good. Now the next thing we need to do, we need to first of all let's design our these beautiful borders. Then we'll go ahead and finalize with icons. So let's build these borders. So let's go ahead and go to our drawable. So we'll come to our drawable folder or directory. Within our drawable directory, I explained to you before that this is usable when you want to design, like we'll be interacting with this directory most of the time, because we install, we download icons, we store them in these folders. Our XML file for designing will be storing these icons or our other features or anything or sources that we need to design our application. Most of them will be stored in this drawable file. So let's go ahead and right click. So right click on drawable and create new, and then drawable resource file. So once you create a drawable resource file, give it a name. So since we are designing a background or a border for our button, so for our input, we need to design an input. Simply type input underscore in small letters, input underscore, it will be border because it's border for our button. Maybe input border for our input border. This in input border, the input mean is input for our input or edit text, then it's a border. So simply click on next and click on next here. Okay, that's okay. Now we have this XML file known as input border. So we want also to perform this also will build it in a code base. So we need to write code for our border. So let's navigate to the code section here, and this is our code. Now we need to write or design this border for ourselves. So right now you can see this border has this color like a light gray, something like that. So we need to come up with something like that, and with some border radius. So also the shape of this border is rectangle. We'll need to specify all that within the selector tag. So first of all, we need to create a tag for name item. Then within this tag name item, you can close this tag and open another tag, and this tag will, for this time, it will be for shape. You need to specify the shape. So under shape, it will be rectangle, and then close this. And inside the shape, we need to create something else like a stroke. So that border is known as stroke. Then stroke, it will have a stroke. So this stroke, we need to have a stroke that will have a color. So Android color, it will be something like gray. So for achieve this, let's create first one for white, but we will change that, and then we'll specify the width, how the thickness, the thickness of our border. So this is something like 2 pixel or 1.5, something like that. So we'll do it with let's specify the width, and the width will be something like 2 pixels or 2 dp, or something like 1.5 or 1.8. let's use 1.6 for this time because you don't have the exact dimension. Then you can close this stroke. You can use this, or you can use the self closing, so that at least the code look good. And then again, we need to add some corner radius. So we'll need a tag for corner, and then we have a corner radius. So Android radius, it will be something like 12 dp, and a self-closing tag as well. So that's cool. The next thing we need to do, this for now, this is white, so we don't use white because it's something like light gray, something of such kind. So let's click on this color here, and then go to custom, and then we'll using something more darker, a little bit darker, something like that. That's looking cool. Then we can use that. So you control save your changes, and now let's come to our design and select these inputs. So we'll select this input and simply add a background. So add a background here, and this background, we go to this file, this XML file, which is being stored within the drawable file. So we'll navigate to the drawable. So navigate to drawable, and then within the drawable, we know we have this input border, which is this one. Simply select and click enter, and now you can see we have this beautiful border has been installed in our input field. So we have that one, and again we need to do the same for this one as well. So let's come here and do the same for the other one. So you don't need to repeat yourself. Simply copy that and paste it here, as well as we have the same one. Now you can see it's looking good, it's not bad, it's looking good, it's looking good as well. So it's cool. Then we may need to extend this height a little bit. So let's come here and change this height to something like 60. Okay, and then the same for this one, something like 60, and that one for this one. Now it's looking more better. Again, that's okay, that's cool. The next thing we need to do, we need to design as well as our button. So right now you can see here, this one we are done with that one part. It's okay, even though our padding, our corner radius is too much, so we can reduce that one. Is too, it has curved too much, so we can do it something like 8 dp. It will be better. So control save. Now our corner radius should be now at least on better look. So you can see they are now at least better, or even something 6, or that one is okay, or 6. Let me do 6 dp. Don't just try to avoid that sharp corner. So at least having something that, yeah, this one is perfect and it's better. So you see it's looking good. Then the next thing we need to do now, let's add this, let's design this border to have the same effect with this background, with those curved, small curved corners. Then later we'll need to finalize with the icons. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and create another drawable. So this now will create another drawable, new, then drawable resource file, and for this it will be for a button. So click right, declare a name that related to what you are designing. So this will be button bg. So for the background, then create that resource folder as well. We'll do it manually, but because we are achieving the same thing, they don't need of you repeating yourself. As I always say, since we are designing the same thing, but this time we will need to modify that code. So come here to the input border, just copy all of this, control copy, and then come to a button bg and then highlight all of it, then replace with that. We'll have the same thing, but this time we don't need stroke because we are creating a complete background field with this orange color. So we'll come ahead here, instead of using stroke, this time we'll using a solid color. So we're using a solid tag, and then we'll use an Android color, and this time let's use white, but we will modify that as well. And then let's close that one. So that is okay. This is what we have here, and I'm just ready so that you can see this is what we are having here. So we need those beautiful corners, is okay, we don't need to alter the corners, it's fine. The next thing we need to do is just change this color. So select this color here and go to custom, then we need this color here. So select this color, and that's okay, that's cool. So control save, and then let's back to our design and implement that. So I want you to look here, and now I want you to look, check out what will happen here. We have we have designed our button with a beautiful background, but when we implement it directly, we will see what will happen. So let's come here to background, let's add background, and this time we will go to background name. Okay, let's reduce this searching. So let's go to drawable, then we have the button bg, select it and hit enter. As you can see, the only thing that's affected here is our corner radius. the corner radius as well affected, but our default color is still the purple color. Why this is happening? Even though here our background color is specified as orange, but the default color for button in Android is still set to be the purple. So no matter what kind of design or kind of modification you may do on your when you are building this design or these beautiful things like without background and other things, it's good to ensure that your default setting your default Android settings should be maybe set to something else, because right now we have built this background, beautiful background, but the Android still force us to use this default color, which is for us. If you are trying to achieve this what we are building here, we don't, when using this color it will be different from what we are achieving. So we need to ensure that this color is also look the same here. So what we'll need to do, we need to navigate now to the theme. This is where now I was saying you need to modify some of the folder or directory here. We'll be interacting most of them with it most of the time we'll be interacting with these folders. This part folder, the resource folder, will be interacting most of the time with it. So let's navigate to the theme, and there is this option here. This option here is what that is preventing our application to take our design color, therefore it's forcing it to use the default color. So we'll get rid of this. So we'll get rid of all this, and we'll be using an app compact with something like no action bar. So app compact with light but with no action bar. This time we'll be using this. So let's undo and use an app compact, or using type here and no action bar. Just look, not the material, the theme app compact daylight, no, the theme app compact no action bar, or this one, either this or this, anyone can work. So we'll select this and select that one, is okay. Then copy this, come back to our theme XML, and we will replace this again with this one. Then hit Ctrl save, and let's back to our design. Now you see our design is well cool, but we have forgot to use something else. So let's get back here, and here we need to use something like light. So should be daylight, something like that, daylight, that one. Then let's get rid of this part here. See, it should be them app compact dot light dot no action bar. The other one doesn't have it, it was missing this part here. So you simply copy this part here, or copy the entire thing to make you at least your work easy. So control copy, let's back to this other one for night one, and then use the same control V. That's cool. Control save, and then let's back to our design. Now our design has get back to the way it was before, so that you can see it's looking now good. The next thing we need to do, you can see here, this part here, it is not aligned with this checkbox of ours, so we'll need to adjust this. We need to reduce the padding top, so let's go ahead and do that as well. So come here and reduce the padding top. Let's have something like 2. Yeah, 2 padding top of 2 is okay. So that one is okay, it's looking also good. The next thing we need to do, we need to reduce this. As you can see, our linear layout, it has an extra space here which is irrelevant. So let's get rid of this extra space here. So you can do that by selecting this, and then you go to our linear layout and make sure this part is selected, not these elements inside it, but this container is selected, which is the linear layout. Let's reduce this to something like 40. Yeah, 40 is looking perfect, so that we don't have that extra space. And then this, we can add some padding top to make it at least drop a little bit. So we can increase this to something like 4. Yeah, 4, 5 or 6. 6 is okay. So let's see, again, it's looking perfect. So the next thing we need to do, let's go ahead and now try to add this icons. As I said, we need to add some, as you can see our design here, we need to adjust and add some icons. So we need to go ahead and add these beautiful icons here. So we'll go ahead and download those icons. So let's go ahead to any search browser here, and let's add icons. Again, I was looking for color that will match our button here, and we'll be using this color here. It's a bit matching, so just go and search for orange hexacode, and we'll have this color here, which is FF991C. So let's change that before we proceed. We need to change this at least to look more exactly the way our design look like. So let's go to our not our button here, and change this color code to FF991C. We'll be using capital C. That's okay. Let's use and control save, and let's back to our design. This our button now is looking good with that color. Then we need to change the text color to white. So we'll do that again. Select this button and come here, and then we change our text color. Change text color to white. Then give it a white. That way it's looking perfect. It's aligned with our design. As you can see, the text color is white. Then the next thing we need to do, let's go ahead and download some icons. So come here to Google, and then we simply search here Google material buttons. So go to Google or Google fonts. Then I'll leave this link within our comment, within the comment section. So navigate to Google font browse, then navigate to icons here at the left. Go to icons. Then we need to search these two icons here. We need icons for user and an icon for a lock. So these two, make sure at least we will try to figure out if you can have a complete solid, or if you have this, most of these icons are, you can see they are hollow. Let's try to search for person, like a person here. So you can see these icons, most of them they are hollow inside, meaning when you apply color field, it only colored all the solid part itself. This hollow part will remain that way. So let's try to find out an icon that perfectly has that solid part. So like this one, at least okay, you can use this one. This one is good. So you simply need to download, and you will change this name at least to something that you will remember. Then we need another lock again. So search for lock. I have already downloaded all this, but I'm trying to show you so where you can get these icons, beautiful icons. Then again we have this one. You can click this and you download as well, and then navigate to where these icons has been downloaded, and you simply need to rename them. So for me, you can see I have previously downloaded these two icons. They're the same thing. You just need to change the name so that they can match. You simply click on this, and then we'll name it lock. For this, let's name it lock 1 because I have another lock. So for me, I don't need these two. They're the same thing, so I'll simply delete these two. Make sure you rename them at least so something that is readable. Then let's go back to our code, and within our drawable, as I said before, this drawable file is responsible for storing all files that we need, resources that we need to design our application. So we'll go ahead to a drawable, and we'll right click, then new. We will need to add some vector assets. So navigate to vector asset. For on your side, you will find something like it is chosen, or it has already had this asset type as selected as clip art. So since we have already installed those two icons, we need to navigate to our local file directory. So we'll go to our local file directory here, and then you click on this directory here, and then you will navigate to where you have your downloads. For me, I have downloaded them, so I'll find them to the download, and then simply select those icons, and nothing to change here. You simply click on next, and it will be added on our drawable. As you can see, we have now an icon with an XML file known as lock. Then do the same, repeat the same for our person. So go and select for person, open it, next, and finish. Now we have two icons, lock and person. Now the next thing is to do is now going to add these icons within our in our input. So you can see here we need to add things, two things like this. So we'll go ahead and add them here. So select this part here and we write this code here. So drawable start, then drawable start, you simply select drawable, then drawable will add a person. So select person, and now you have our person icon added here. Copy this code and go to our this second input and we'll add the same thing, but we'll need to change this to a lock. This one is okay. Also we have a lock here. The next thing we need to do, we need to add some space. You can see right now there is no space between the icon and the hint text, or the what you call placeholder text. We need to add some space, so we can achieve that by adding a drawable padding. So add a drawable padding. So we need to add a drawable padding of something like 10 dp. To me, I feel 10 dp it will be okay. So see, now 10 dp, this space is okay. Copy this and let's add here as well. So we'll add that space there. So also it's good, looking good. The next thing we need to do, we need to add color as well as the same one, like this one. So we need to add that color. So you see those are, so that they will look familiar or they look good. So let's go ahead and add that color as well. So we just need to open these two, let me close these two tabs here. Let's go ahead and open these XML files. So we'll open all of them, then we come to the code section. So for you'll find something like this. It will open something like this. So you simply need to split the screen so that you can have the design part and the code part like that. Then you navigate to, want to change this field white color to something that we want. So let's go back to our input border, not input border but our button background here, and let's copy this color here. There's this color that we changed earlier. Let's copy this, let's copy all of this, and then let's get back to our lock and let's change this color here to match the color that we had. The same for person, we'll do the same here and control save. Now let's back to our code, and now our icons are also looking good. You can see they are so perfect. Now that's okay. The next thing we need to do, now, let's come back here and see, okay, everything is okay. And what else we need now to change this? We can see our placeholders and this text for our checkbox. They are now they are dark black. They are so much visible, so we want to make them kinda invisible. So we'll reduce this background, we'll reduce this dark color. So let's come here and within our color code we will create another color. So come here to color XML, let's create another color, and this color will name it dark, we'll name it something like light, something like light. Okay, let me just use any name of your choice, feel free. Let me use something like light white. It's not making sense, but okay, just it's a name just to remember. Then I have a color code for that. Okay, I have a color code using this color code here, AF, and then we use an AD. So we'll use that color code, control save. So make sure you add this color code there. Then let's go to our design and want to implement that. So copy, make sure you have this name, you remember this name, or you can simply navigate when you are prompt with the autocomplete code, autocomplete feature. So let's come here and select our username and add here text color. So simplify text color here, text color, and then we give it is found on color. As you can see, go to color, then slash, it is found on, we call it light white. So apply that one, and sorry, it should not be text color. You should not alter the text color. Instead we should alter the text hint color, because if we change the text color, when you input your text will be in white color, of which our background is also white, so it will be invisible. So we intend to add to change the text hint color, not the input color of our edit text. So we'll just see a hint color, so type here hint text hint color, and then we'll go to drawable white. That's okay. Yeah, this one we just wanted to change this, but not the actual color of our text that user will insert in. So copy this again and add it here as well. So you can add it here, Control V, Control save is okay. Also, we need to add it within our checkbox, so we can add it here as well. You can add it here, and for this it will be text color, so that will be text color, as well as for forgot password it will have the same text color. So Control V, and then we will change this to text color. So that one is looking good. As you can see right now, everything is looking fine. It matches what we intended to do, so everything is fine. The username, password, the checkbox, and other thing. Then I think everything is okay, everything is fine. So the next thing we need to do, as I always tell you, remember before you even run your application, make sure first of all you navigate to your menu section, you go to build. First of all, you need to clean your project. So once the clean is finished, you'll go ahead and assemble your project. Then once that one is also finished, you'll now go ahead and run your application, or to see your design on a real device or on a virtual device. So the clean, it has finished cleaning our project. Let's now build our project by assemble it. So click there again and let's assemble our project. So assemble a project, and now I'll connect my phone using the USB. I'll be using USB debugging. So I'll connect my phone, and in the next video I'll be showing you how our design look like. So I'll be showing you how our design will look like. So for you can, if you have a PC or a machine that can allow emulator to run effectively without any issue, you simply navigate to your device manage, you select that virtual device you downloaded previously on our video, you simply select it, and then it will appear at the top like this one, and then you simply need to run once this build has finished. So once that has finished, you simply need to run it. If you are using a phone like me to debug, what you'll do also, you will just go connect your USB, ensure that you enable USB debugging, then your phone name will appear at the top. Then once the build has finished as well, you can click now on run. So the good thing about building the project before you even run it is that this time if we try to execute this project, it will build so fast, because we have already built the project previously. So the only thing has remained is just to run the project. You see, it's building it so fast, and you are sure that your project doesn't have any error. So everything is sorted, everything is cool. It's now to deploy or install this application to our phone, and we will see our output or our design on our phones. So go ahead and do that, and in the next video I will be showing you the output for our design. So see you in the next video. Remember to subscribe, share, comment. See you in the next video. It's goodbye. And before that, you can see once your app has installed successful, it will have this message, and at the top here, this shows that your app is running. You can stop it, or you can refresh if you have to make any adjustment within your design, and you are good to go. So goodbye, see you in the next video.